be a tough road. It can be a hard, it can be a lonely road. It can be a tough road. It can be a hard road. It's not for everyone. Those who follow others like sheep will never know who they truly are. Only those who follow their own path can discover their true potential. Those who fly alone have the strongest wings. Those who walk alone have the strongest direction. The rest will always be in need of others for their survival. They will always need attention, need recognition to survive. I am at peace alone, needing no attention, no recognition, and still I thrive. I'm not saying those who have support are weak. I'm not saying you must go at it alone to gain strength. This is just for those who have fought battles alone, those who have felt like they don't fit in, those who have never had support in anything they do, all of those who feel no one believes in them. You don't need them to believe in you if you believe in you. You don't need their support if you've got your own back. The best part is when you truly live the life you want to live, when you speak your truth, when you embrace who you are, then you gain real respect and real love. People love those who have the guts to be themselves, those who have the courage to follow their heart. Why? It's rare. Why? Because most people wish they could do the same. Show them the way. Keep going. Believe in yourself. It will all come good in the end. And when it does, you won't have only inspired yourself to be more. You will have inspired so many others. I had to learn to fight alone. And because of that, I am strong alone. I am strong. Full stop. I developed inner strength that can't be broken. I am unbreakable. Because of the pain, I am strong. Because of the struggle, I have character most will never know. I appreciate others more than ever. I have more compassion than ever. I had to go deep into the darkness. Now I have more depth. Now I can see clearer. I had to face huge internal challenges. Now I can defeat any challenge. I will destroy every challenge. I am proud of who I have become. I am proud I have overcome. I am proud I kept going. I am proud of who I am, who I have become. I am proud I stayed true to myself because now I can live as myself with respect from others and most importantly, pride and respect from myself. Lonely road. It can be a tough road. It can be a hard road. It's not for everyone. Those who follow others like sheep will never know who they truly are. Only those who follow their own path can discover their true potential. Those who fly alone have the strongest wings. Those who walk alone have the strongest direction. The rest will always be in need of others for their survival. They will always need attention, need recognition to survive. I am at peace alone, needing no attention, no recognition, and still I thrive. I'm not saying those who have support are weak. I'm not saying you must go at it alone to gain strength. This is just for those who have fought battles alone, those who have felt like they don't fit in, those who have never had support in anything they do, all of those who feel no one believes in them. You don't need them to believe in you if you believe in you. You don't need their support if you've got your own back. The best part is when you truly live the life you want to live, when you speak your truth, when you embrace who you are, then you gain real respect and real love. People love those who have the guts to be themselves, those who have the courage to follow their heart. Why? It's rare. Why? Because most people wish they could do the same. Show them the way. Keep going. Believe in yourself. It will all come good in the end. And when it does, you won't have only inspired yourself to be more. You will have inspired so many others.
I had to learn to fight alone. And because of that, I am strong alone. I am strong. Full stop. I developed inner strength that can't be broken. I am unbreakable. Because of the pain, I am strong. Because of the struggle, I have character most will never know. I appreciate others more than ever. I have more compassion than ever. I had to go deep into the darkness. Now I have more depth. Now I can see clearer. I had to face huge internal challenges. Now I can defeat any challenge. I will destroy every challenge. I am proud of who I have become. I am proud I have overcome. I am proud I kept going. I am proud of who I am, who I have become. I am proud I stayed true to myself, because now I can live as myself, with respect from others, and most importantly, pride and respect from myself.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Footsteps Show. Today we'll continue with a Start Right series for this month, being the last Saturday of the month of January. We are having our own relationship issue talk, and we'll have our guest all the way from Toronto, Mrs. Gertrude Appiah, who talked to us about relationship checkups and in marriage. Welcome, Mommy.
Thank you, Sisi.
How are you?
I'm blessed, and how are you too?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Thank
Happy
God.
New Year. So my first question would be, what is the overview of relationship and implications and checkups?
All right. Thank you so much, and we bless God for this time. And I thank you once again for the opportunity. As we all know, those of us here, checkups are not something new to us, but with our people from back home, they're like, I'm not sick. What am I going to check out for? Next week, I think today's week, I have a dental appointment, and it will marvel you to know the number of calls, emails, and text messages just to remind me to come for the checkup. In the same way with relationship, so to say marriage. When we say implications, I want us to go the practical way. We've been married for some time. We've been in the relationship for some time. What is going on? Can we just sit back and take stock? Right? We have to think about things that are going on and then see if we are doing things right. In our contemporary world, relationships are being built on different levels and networks because of the technology. All social media networks have become marriage relationship markets, and it's not bad. It's been helping some people. People are finding love and falling in love. So what can we do about it? We can't do much about that. People get connected on personal and congregated levels to build relationships. How did you begin yours? How did you get to know your partner? These questions calls for checkups and stock taking. But I must also say that it is a healthy practice, but must be done with caution, since it might result to unmanageable conflict. What you are thinking that this is going to benefit the two of us may not work for the other person. So even though we are encouraging checkups, we have to also be very careful. And when we talk about implications, we're talking about the conclusion of something. Implication is the conclusion that can be done from something or drawn from something. This program that we're doing, what's the conclusion? And other words that can relate to implications are connection, association. And all these words have link with relationship. So if we are talking about implications and checkups on relationship, this is the overview that I can give on this. Thank you.
Affecting contemporary relationship, especially in marriage.
I didn't get what you said.
I was saying, what are the practical issues affecting relationships, especially in marriage?
There are a lot, but I will mention few. In that, what you may think is like practical thing affecting one marriage may not be the issue for the other person, right? I will begin with financial issues. Just this week, I was on the Christ Little Band program, week-long program, and I think they taught about choosing a partner and how to sustain marriage, and this issue of finance came in. Some couples will not want to talk about money issues in their marriage. It can't be possible. As literally said, right? When I say I love you and you are not bringing anything home, we can't just look straight in our faces and just be smiling to ourselves and then that will bring food on the table. No, we have to work and then put something on the table. If you want us to have joint accounts, what do I think of you and your finances? At the end of the day, are you trustworthy? When something is being entrusted into your hands, can you take care of it? So financial issues, social media, sex, work, unforgiveness, and what have you? These are some of it. And if, I don't know, Sisi, but prompt me, if time will permit, then maybe we can touch on each of them for a few minutes and then we can go on. Other than that, I can mention but few financial issues. Social
we can go
media.
ahead, Mommy. You can go
Thank
ahead.
you. Work and then sex. So with, as I said, with financial issues. So if you want to have a joint account, are you not going to withdraw the money without my notice? People are doing that and it's not helping the relationship. Check on that. Stop doing that. The money is not for you alone. It's a common funds that we are all raising. And you don't have to like be wise, think you are smarter than the person, and then you are just withdrawing the money. It doesn't please God. You are hurting your partner when you do that. What do we do now? We don't even make time for ourselves. We are all on the social media. And it will surprise you to know that married couple have friends. They discuss certain things with on social media to the extent of even taking their nude pictures and sending it to those people. I have read something, it can be a joke or something. A husband chatting with someone. The lady just changed the name, let's say Gertrude, and then I said, oh, I'm Gloria. So chatting, and then they booked for a place to meet. And he went there and saw the wife. Can you imagine that? Social media for you. Sex. Most of times when couple have problem, either it's sex or money. I'm telling you, I stand to be corrected, but based on the few, at least research and then few experience based on things that people share with us, this is what I've seen. Most people think that when men release themselves, they get their orgasm and that is okay for them. They also need to enjoy sex. They have to help themselves, and the women also need to help them. In the same way as women, if you want to enjoy any love making, you also need to enjoy it yourself. I always use my daycare kids for example when I'm talking about this. When you are putting them to nap and you scratching on, let's say you rocking their chest or their hair, and this person is a person who doesn't want you to touch the hair, the child will just hold your hand and bring it to his either chest or tummy. That is where the child wants you to rock him. There is this particular boy, he wants you to cradle him. He just raised my hand and then puts my hand in his armpit. You won't believe it. That this is the way I want it. Why can't we do the same thing? Your husband is scratching your head, just playing with your hair. You don't like that. It's irritating you. What prevents you from moving his hand from your head to the place you want? If it's your bum, you take it there. If it's your breast, you take it wherever, because you want to also enjoy it. And then with forgiveness, unforgiveness, if we don't forgive ourselves, resentment, and then you know what comes out of it. At the end of the day, I'm embittered. At the end of the day, I'm angry. And you want to come and touch me? No. So we have to check on all these things and make sure that issues of such does not go beyond handling. If your teeth is aching you and you are just there putting salt warm water in there without going to see the dentist. By the time you get there, all that the dentist will tell you that if you had come earlier, that is what we're doing today. That is what we are discussing today. Please and please, let's be practical. Let's stop talking about, oh, love your wife, oh, learn to make love, do this. What do you have in mind? What is your mindset? What do you think about money in the marriage? Do you think your money is being spent than the other person? Make time and talk about it. And sometimes what we are thinking about is work. We have a lot of workaholic people. They leave home and I'm going to come at 7. 7, the person is not there. 9, the person, 10, 11, you call and all that they tell you is that I want to finish this work before I come home. When you are not there today, your position will be put out there for people to apply for it. Make time with your family. It's not okay. We have to check on all this. And the implication, we will not love it. Because at the end of the day, you are living with someone. That's why most of the time it is being said that marriage is for matured people, not boys and girls. Matured young men and women, not boys and girls. You are a boy because you are not thinking of your partner. But if you are a matured and a grown-up person, you think about your partner and then you also let the person feel happy and then very wanting and accommodating. So, Sisi, that is what I would say about that. Thank you.
Powerful. So I know you touched base a bit, and it's funny enough about how you were using the daycare children, because I have the same situation too at daycare. I have a child. Sometimes he just uses his hand. He uses my hand, and he's kicking it. Is a way to show love, and it's very hilarious as it happens. So, I know you touched base about it, but where did they come from? All these, what are the causes of this stuff like that?
Thank you. So what I would say is that all these things is coming from the self, right? Are we like the causes? Is that what you want to mean? The self. That is how I see it. It's coming from our personal interest. We're thinking of ourselves, not you. I'm not thinking of how Sisi is going to feel when I say this. Whether it's going to hurt your feeling. I quite remember when I was in the preschool, they would just come to me and they say, Gertrude, you know what? Snow hurts my feeling. She says something and it hurts my, I'm like, look at you, just 4 years. And you are complaining of someone hurting your feeling. Meanwhile, they are also human beings. We don't have to take them for granted, right? So the person is also thinking of how somebody is hurting his feelings. It's coming from the self. Unnecessary arguments. Insensitivity of practical issues. Issue of pride and our ego. Right? All these things are contributing to it. So let me go back again and say that with this self and personal interest I'm talking about, you thinking about yourself and not the other person, you think it's okay. So if it's like self-development, you have your first degree, you have your master's, you using a joint account to educate yourself. And all I have is my college certificate. And you've not even encouraged me to even take a degree course. You think it's okay, right? No, it's not okay. Unnecessary arguments. And I know a lot of people listen to your program, but I might say that if we say we are Christians, we have to be very careful. At the end of the day, when there is an argument, I'm not going to say that if you have not experienced it before, fine, it's okay. But most of the time, if I'm angry, if I'm arguing, I hear the still small voice telling me to stop. Get it? Stop. Stop. And we need to listen to that voice. And there is this voice that will tell you, tell him your mind. You are also a human being. Let him know, let her know how you are feeling. He is cheating on you. Tell him, give it to him. And at the end of the day, most of these arguments are unnecessary. Silence is power. Seriously, silence is power. Insensitive to practical issues. I always say that when you train your son well, and I train my daughter well, they will be nice couples. You always come from school and you put your school bag on the dining table. And then your mommy will tell you, don't put your, that is how our parents will say, don't put your bag on the dining table. They will never tell you why. But the reason is that maybe your bag will fall in the dinner soup and then mess up your work or your books. You grow up to become a man, come from work and put your work bag, right? Your laptop bag on the dining table. Why? Because your mom did not correct you or stop you from putting your school bag on the dining table. Some of these issues, as grown-ups, we have to think through them. Practical issue. We are all having a project back home. When you want to go back and then check on the project, you want to go alone. When we go together, you don't want me to follow you to certain places, right? It raises red flags and it's not okay. Practical issues. We are going to visit my mom and you think it's okay to go with 200 Ghana. But when we go into your mom, it's okay to go for grocery, fill the trunk of the car, and then about 500 Ghana and then take it to it. Right? When we do that, it's not speaking well of us as grown-ups, as couples, and as Christians. Pride. Pride. The Bible says when we humble ourselves, the Lord lifts us up. But when we are proud, God is not pleased with proud people. At the end of the day, Sissy, I'm telling you, if you get someone who is humble in a relationship, be it a man or a woman, don't take that person for granted because the person knows what he or she is doing. Don't take the person, for a better word, excuse my language, for a fool. At the end of the day, as someone sang, when a fool becomes a wise person, let me literally interpret it, then the game is over. Game over. So these are some of the things that brings all this. Thank you.
Powerful. So let's shift it a bit. So on the other side of those who are like in a relationship, could that like be like who are not yet married but they're looking at the path of getting married, could those causes come into that relationship too?
Yeah, and they need to like shine their eyes. Mm-hmm. We are not married. We're not sleeping in the same house. So I'm not seeing the mess you make. When you come from work, your bag is in the court, your shoe is here. No, I don't see all those things. But there are petty things that I see. You find it so difficult to say sorry. You find it so difficult to say thank you. You are angry and then you're looking around to get something to hit me. And you think when you marry such a person and the person is angry, the person will just use, my kids will hit you and then you say, show me your gentle hands, and then they will go like this. Oh, really? You know gentle hands and then you gave it to me that hard, right? So even though we're not staying together, if the person is so proud talking about himself. Oh, you know what? I went to this school and this school, and not even thinking about you. Not thinking that, oh, this is your vision. So if I'm this, by God's grace, when we get married, you're also going to be this. The self. So when we are in a relationship, we have to look at all these things before they get out of hand when we marry. Is that okay, Sister? Are you okay with that?
Yes. Powerful. So with all this, what are the implications?
You can bear me out. Unnecessary tension in the house. I'm saying unnecessary because they are avoidable. And as we normally say, prevention is better than cure, right? So when we are checking up on things, I'm not going for a checkup because I have a tooth decay. No, I have to. My dentist will tell me, you have a strong teeth. I say, yeah. And sometimes I use my chewing stick and then, right, to see that I'm also I'm using the local one and then combining the two. So that when I go, I don't give them a lot of work to do on my teeth. Unnecessary tension. And this tension that doesn't affect just the two of you. The children. Are we even thinking about them? And we use them. I don't know. Personally, I didn't experience that. I wish my parents were doing that. And then my dad would say, go and tell your mom this. And my mom would say, go and tell your... we just use the kids, right? As a middle man.
Mommy, I've experienced that in my friend's house. I've seen it in one of my friend's house. How like the dad will call the vice versa. So I've seen that before. I know how it is.
Thank you that you are confirming what I'm saying. So when we have that unnecessary tension, there is no peace at home. Psychological effects on children, their education, their even social life. When they go to school, they can't concentrate and they can't mingle with other children. And they are so sad. And even in this part of the world, some of them can even go to their teachers and then tell them. In the toddler room, just this week, one child was just telling me, Gertrude, mommy is happy now. Mommy is happy now. And I said, oh, was mommy sad? Yeah, somewhere last year. A child was also telling me, mommy, stop crying. Mommy, stop crying. And I'm so sad. And either mom, it's okay to cry, right? I remember as a Salma, it's okay to cry. Gertrude to cry. And then she's like, you cry? I said, yeah. When I'm sad, I do cry. Oh, are you okay now? I said, yes. This tension doesn't affect only teenagers, but even toddlers. And if we don't take care, they grow with that picture always in mind. This tension comes again to the workplace. And then when there is a male friend who is being nice, that is where I also find my solace. And then this young man is like, oh my goodness, Gertrude, is that your new hair? I said, yeah, oh, it looks so beautiful. Thank you. Meanwhile, there is tension in the house. My husband has not even recognized that I have a new hairdo, right? Oh, I like this dress up. Thank you. So this person is always appreciating me at work. Even though it may affect my work, if I'm not careful, this tension is going to bring someone that I'm not ready to share certain things with in the workplace. It even brings tension even up to the church and our relationship with God. We can't even pray well. And when we are praying, we're making complaint, we are not praying. Sometimes I jokingly pray and then I say, God, my husband will be there and I say, God, you know how he said this, and then say, are you telling God this? And I'm like, you know, he didn't hear it when you did it. God, he did it. He did this and that jokingly, and then we laugh about it. But on a more serious note, God sees everything. And if we are not treating ourselves well, he knows it. And then the effects goes a long way to affect all of us. All of us, even the family members. It affects everybody in the family. So we should be very careful what we do in the marriage, and then take a checkup and then put away certain things that doesn't work well for us, especially our Christian life. Thank you.
Oh, powerful, powerful, mommy. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right, so welcome back. If it's your first time joining us, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And you can also follow us not only on these two platforms, but also on Twitter and on Instagram by The Footsteps Show. And we are live here. So we are here almost every Saturday from 4 to 5. So if you have any questions or comments, please do ask those questions live on Facebook and on YouTube. We are talking about the Start Right series with relationships in implications and checkup with our guest from Toronto, Mrs. Gertrude Appiah. Welcome back, Mommy. So, Mommy, I know you were talking about like the implication and others. So I know sometimes when people have relationship issues, they bring it up to their friends. Do you think it's a good idea to bring it up to some friends to try and solve the issues, or it is better that they talk between the man and the woman?
Thank you, Sissy. The best thing, if there is a good communication between the two of you, is to talk it over with yourselves. And then with friends, it's two ways. If you are my friend and I'm a bad friend, and maybe I have interest in your husband, what do you think will happen? I'll give you a bad advice and go do what you are not doing for him. And before your eyes are open, I'm there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm a good friend, I'll just come and then tell you know what? I think what the man is saying is right. Just humble yourself. Do what he's saying, and then there will be peace. So we should be very careful, people we call friends. Even men, young men, you discuss your wife with your male friend. And then you say, you know what? He didn't massage my feet. And then I tell her, you know what? My wife talked me, say, I for change the diaper. And I talk her, say, no, I for not do And then the person will ask you, what was she doing that she asked you to change it? Oh, she was busy in the kitchen. So why didn't you do it? And then if you have a bad friend, the person will say, you know what? Forget
Won't be long, we'll be right back. There's a little technical issue, so she's coming back.
One more time. First it was fragrance, then it turned to fire. Asha. This is how you win your battle. Roll, let's go. Tell your neighbor, say, give me space, give me space, give me space. This is how I win my battle. I shout. Hey! The fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Noises, thunders, earthquakes were the response to my worship. The fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Noises, thunders, lightnings were the response to my worship. The fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Noises, thunders.
All right, welcome back, mommy. You're muted. We can't hear you, please.
I'm not muted here.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. So we're talking about the friends, right? So I don't know if you want to finish it up. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying if there's a good communication between the two of you, the best thing is the two of you. And then no one will even hear the issue because you don't know what's going on in your friend's mind. Maybe what you are complaining about is his or her favorite. And your wife is looking so cute in his eyes and you are not seeing it. So the less chance he or she is grabbing it. So let's appreciate whatever God has given us and then talk it over. Talk it over. Yeah. Thank you.
And mommy, I don't know if you can answer this question. Why do you think like married couples would like to talk their issues with friends?
For sympathy. I want Sisi to know what I'm going through. You know what? He doesn't give me money. You know what? He doesn't buy anything for me. And all the complaint. And unfortunately, you will not have access to my husband to even ask him, oh, my friend Gertie said this. Is it true? So when you have the opportunity to sit the two of us down, there's where you are going to actually know where the truth lies. At the end of the day, if you want to tell someone about what you're going through, what have you done about it? The fact that things are not working on well doesn't mean all is lost, right? But because I want someone to sympathize with me, I want people to know that, in fact, I'm really going through this relationship. I'm not living, I'm striving. It's not easy. I'm just encouraging myself. And then at the end of the day, people will know that she tried. That's why we always want to discuss our issues with our friends before maybe we even, for you know what, even he or she is telling you, the partner doesn't even know about it. Yeah. for sympathy. And we know that a problem shared is half solved. Sometimes we also want a listening ear. And I thank God, my ears are not that big, but I thank God for that gift. I really have a listening ear. So some friends do call and then some will cry. And I know they just want you to hear them. So I'll just hear and then I say, you know what? Are you okay now? And then I will make sure we laugh before we hang up. And then I say, if it's in the evening, I'll say, go to bed with the same smile and laughing in your mind. And then sometimes don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't criticize the person. Don't judge the person. Just listen and then come out with a joke. As for you, you are so funny. Look at how I'm sad and you are making me laugh. You are so fun. That alone is enough. Apart from others wanting to be sympathized with, others too want listening ears. Yeah, that is what I think.
Powerful, powerful. So, how do we confront all these or prevent them?
With things like this, see, we have to be natural and practical with ourselves. What are you doing that your partner loves so much? I remember when we married, like the first, I've not married for too long ago, but when I said, oh, when we married, they said they worry 200 years. Right? I had a particular nightwear that when I put on, my husband is like, oh, this your nightwear is so cute, and his attention will, like, even though it was only the two of us, his attention was always on me. But when I put it on, the attention was extra. So anytime I want his attention, women, we want attention. They want it. Yes. We all want it, yeah. I would just put it on and they'll say, hey, as for this, your nightie, you like it. I say, you also love it, right? And then we laugh over it. Things that you are doing that your partner loves, don't stop doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Sometimes we think, I'm tired. Don't get tired of it. If it's gifts that you are blessing your partner with and you know he or she loves it, keep giving it. The negative things that you're doing and you're getting negative results, stop doing them. Stop doing them. And stop hurting your partner. These are all checkups. Can't you see she's not happy? Some people are so weird, and Sissy, I'm so surprised. Yeah. You crying and they don't even see you are crying. Someone would just say, I was crying, and then he came to the room, left the room, and sent me a text message. Everything will be fine. Come on. Is the phone my husband? Why can't you just come and sit by him or her and ask, why are you crying? Is there anything going on? Some of these things need to stop. We have to drop the proudness. Some of us are so proud. We think, she's not my class. He's not my class. Upon all the women, you saw that I was your class, and then you proposed, and then I married you. A father of mine would say, he said the wife had mercy on him and then married him. Right? But now that God has blessed you are saying that he or she is not your class. It's not okay. We have to be humble. We don't have to be selfish. We don't have to be selfish. Don't think about yourself alone. It all boils down, this checkups we're talking about and the implications boils down, the most of it is communication, right? If we are communicating well, we will communicate during life. If I'm hurting, if it's painful, how do I pass the message to you that you are hurting me? So people will just be silent and then killing me softly. And then they will be sobbing, and then after love making, they will cry themselves to sleep, which is not okay. Stop being selfish. Stop hurting your partner. Stop playing victim and avoid accusations. We have to stop it. And some of us too, when we talk to our wives, they will not listen. So we don't talk to them at all. When you advise your husband, he doesn't take it. So I will not advise him. Let him go and fall in the pit. And then he will come. He will come, mess up, and you are going to clean him. You are going to clean her. So why don't we pray for guidance as Esther did? Get favor in the presence of our husband or our wife, and then there will be peace in the house. There is this thing that we say, oh yeah, sure, yeah. Right? When you hurt me and you are coming back to me, you are thinking, is she even going to respond? Is she not angry? Is it okay? Is her temper cooled now? You are afraid, right? Be it a husband or a wife. Oh yeah, sure, yeah. How do I go? You have hurt the person. Don't go to another person to come and seek for apology for you. No. Go and apologize yourself. I'm happy to see you work with a daycare or childcare. So when I say some of the things, you have experienced it before. As a childcare educator, when a child is upset, when you ask a child to tidy up and the child doesn't want to tidy up and the child is crying, another teacher cannot comfort the child. It's not done. I'm not, if I ask Amma to tidy up and Amma is crying, Sisi cannot calm Amma down. No. Amma have to come back to me so that Gertrude will calm Amma down, and then Amma will see that this is what I really mean. If you are ready to tidy up, come, and then Gertrude will help you tidy up. Gertrude shouldn't look the bad person in the eyes of the child. In the same way in marriage, if I hurt you, I have to come and apologize. Most of us have to know that. The little foxes, as Sons of Solomon, chapter 2, is it 2:15? 2:15 says, we have to check up on ourselves, on the relationship, and do away with all the little foxes before they mess up with our fruits in the vineyard. We have to be very careful. And then if there is anything that we have to do, we have to also apply Ephesians 4 verse 8. When we are ending, I will read it and then sum it up, and then we can run up with that.
For this year, 2022, how can we build on the good practices that we started this year or even last year to deepen our love and to enjoy our marriages?
All right. So as I said earlier, some of the things that you think you're doing and it's keeping the relationship going, don't stop doing them. Keep doing them. If your partner loves it, keep doing it. The things that you're doing and is giving a negative feedback, stop doing it. Stop it. All the things that you've been saying behind your partner, it's not healthy. We have to stop it. If we are checking up, we have to stop all the unnecessary arguments. We are always arguing, especially those of you who are now going to enter into a relationship. I always say that if you are there with your partner and when you guys meet, all you do is between 60 to 80% of your conversation is argument, quarreling, fighting. Call it off. I'm telling you. End the relationship. Just tell the person, thank you for the relationship. Thank you for your time. I thank God that I experienced someone like you. But you know what? I can't go on with you in this marriage or in this relationship. Thank you for your time and everything. End it. When you get married, it's the same thing. Young people out there, get this right. Don't think you are going to marry a lazy young woman to become a wife who is hardworking. It doesn't work. You are marrying a young, hardworking young woman to become a very hardworking wife and not a lazy wife. So all the things that we're doing and seeing in the relationship that are not helping, that are not healthy, they must stop. And when we do that, 2022, we will be very practical with ourselves, and then our relationships will also go on well. Sisi, are we about to run up so that I can take the reading?
I have one more question.
Okay.
Yeah. So how can we ensure that we do not make the same mistakes in 2022?
Thank you. And I will come back to the same point that I raised.
Yeah.
If I made a mistake that any time that I cook, the pepper is too much, and my husband is always complaining from 2000 that we got married, right? Or from 2020 that we got married. And I always take 3 peppers. What do I have to do? I have to reduce it. Either I take 1 or I take 1.5 to see the reaction. If I'm coming home late and my husband or my wife is always complaining, if I'm not helping and the person is complaining, what do I have to do? I have to help. Let's listen. Let's give listening ears to everything that our partners are saying. We are in the relationship with them. I am not coming to fix it for you. You are in there. And anything that we're doing, let's make sure that we are not hurting the partner. You don't know what's going out there. A lot of things are going on social media and out, and even work. As I use as an example, the lady you are not appreciating, someone is seeing that lady as being so cute in the person's eye. The young one that you think is so lazy, someone is really admiring him for the little things that he is doing. Let us make sure that whatever we're doing and we're getting a negative result, let us stop it. If the person is not happy, you are hurting the person, and God is not happy with you. But if I'm happy and we are all happy, you see, if it's not fake, if the person is not faking the smiles, and as my sister would say, when you fake smiles, your cheeks begin to pain you. You begin to feel pains in your cheeks. But if it's natural smiles or happiness, it's so easy and you are so relaxed. At the end of the day, we are happy, the children are happy, we take time, we make time for ourselves, you are thinking of yourself, we are all using the family money well, there is no unnecessary argument, no tension in the house, we are communicating, you are stuck in traffic, you're telling me, your secretary says you are cute, you told me, your boss says you are cute, and you also told me as a husband, we laugh over them, we serving God, and our Christian life is just blooming and we're going on. What else do we wish apart from all this? But whatever we did in 2021 that received negative outcomes, let us stop there. If we really mean business and really want to see growth in our relationships and in our marriages, let us consciously do it. When you are entering the house, what are you thinking? When I go and she just says I'm late, I'm going to tell her this. Ladies, silence is power. Don't ask him anything. When he is late, oh, you're welcome. How was work? Good. Period. Just thank God he came. Simple. He has planned what he's going to tell you, I'm telling you. Whilst in traffic, the devil will just tell him, when you go, just tell him there is snow at work. Meanwhile, it doesn't snow anyway. Weather forecasts have not said that it's snowing anyway. Tell him I was stuck in traffic. Fine, there can be traffic anyway. It's between you and your God. Silence is power. Young men, stop the unnecessary questions. Why is your skirt turned this way? Why is it that when you were going to work, your hair was here, and now that you came, all the long ones are at your? Doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense. Let's talk about. I'm not saying serious. Let's make fun. Life is so short, but make sure you don't bring tension in the house, right? And when you hear the still small voice, when the Holy Spirit is telling you to stop or keep quiet, let's practice it. It's going to really help us. Thank you. And before we run up, I want to read Philippians 4, verse 8. Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. And I read, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think of these things. Amen.
And amen. Amen.
If there
Powerful.
is anything to be talked of, it should be true, honorable, it should be good, and it should be something that you can let's say praise. It shouldn't be something that is not honorable. It shouldn't be dishonorable. And Sissy, let me say this. There are some people, they are not people as we say, but we call them people. They don't want to get married. And when they get into the marriage, they mess it. This mystery I'm telling you, it's my daddy who told me. He said there are some miss. You know, when you are not married, you are called miss, right? So
yes.
when I wasn't married, I was called Miss Entreji, right? So misunderstanding, mistrust, miscommunication, whatever miss, those miss. They don't want to get married and become Mrs. O. And they always want to come into your marriage. And when they come into your marriage, I'm telling you, they're coming to tear things apart. They're coming to mess up your life. Stop them from coming into your life. Stop those. I don't want to tag them as ladies, but any miss is a lady, right? So miscommunication, mistrust, misunity, misunderstanding, all those miss. Let's say bye-bye to them in 2022. And then there will be communication, there will be trust, there will be understanding, and there will be all the good and necessary ingredients that will make marriage and relationship last. And the implications that will come out will be pleasant. Thank you.
Wow. Powerful, mommy, powerful. Thank you for blessing us today. I'm sure our church viewers enjoyed this program, and I know there's more to come when it comes to relationship issues. So on behalf of the Footstep team, I want to say thank you so much, mommy, it's always an honor to have you on our show. So thank you so much for this honor. It's always an honor to have you on our show. Thank you so much.
No need to thank me at all. We also bless God for the opportunity. Yeah, it's only God that we thank. Yes, so I also appreciate your time and then the opportunity. Thank you too.
Thank you.
God bless
you. Thank you. All right, so we'll continue next week. We'll finish up the Start Right series next week, next Saturday, and also we are having our first anniversary celebration coming up shortly, which is next month in February. Already a year. Footstep Show will be a year old in February 2022. So watch out for the flyers, and we'll be having a mini virtual celebration for the first year anniversary. So today's have a good evening and have a blessed week.